Hello, welcome. Today we're doing a case study. So, welcome on Dr. Alex. Would you share your name, your business, where you're from with anyone who's watching?
Absolutely. My name is Dr. Alex. Well, it's Alexandra Swenson Ridley. I live in Alaska. I'm a retired chiropractor turned virtual entrepreneur turned health coach turned now business consultant to other women chiropractors who want to transition online. Listen,
Awesome. Okay, and where are you based? Online is really what matters.
I'm online. Yeah, no.
Yes.
I live in Fairbanks, Alaska, and spend some time in San Diego, which was part of the goal with going online. So,
Yes, love that. So you have mobility. Would
yeah.
you share with everyone why you decided to join the Inner Power Entrepreneur Group coaching program?
Yeah, so as we were talking about, I'm one of the OGs, the originals, and have been through
Yeah.
some evolutions with this. But I was in a tough place with business and just feeling like I wasn't getting the support I needed. And at the time I joined, it was all women. I'm actually really enjoying that it has men in it now too. It's contributing something new that it's like, oh, this is cool. I missed
Uh,
it, but I was looking for community and I was looking for more of the deeper work that not necessarily the tactical strategies because I know all those things and I've like studied them ad nauseum, but like what was blocking me from having them be successful? Because I finally realized it had nothing to do with the strategies. It was all about me. And a lot of it had to do with money when you're the money person. So here I am.
yeah.
And the
Yeah.
community is amazing, but that was originally what brought me in. So
Yeah, money mindset work. I remember because when you came in originally, I was doing charge what you're worth and talking a lot about overworking and getting underpaid.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
money
that's
story, money blocks. Yeah.
yeah, and still so much. And it's been amazing to be with you and see how powerfully you've moved through a lot of those blocks and just
Mhm.
how willing you are to dig into yourself when I give you prompts and feedback. And like it's really cool to watch you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been
Yes.
fun, you know.
Yeah.
Not, well, I should rephrase. The work isn't always fun in the moment, but where you get to on the other side is like, oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Will you talk about that a little bit? Like, what results have you experienced from breaking through some of your money blocks?
Well, the really big one was realizing that I was doing the wrong thing. So I'd been in the health space for ever, and I was really trying to make this health integrative medicine health coaching business work, and it was like I kept self-sabotaging. So I would get sick, or I mean, you've been with me long enough. I had these patterns of getting sick and injured, of taking myself out of the game when I had momentum, and it wasn't that what I was doing wasn't working. I just like didn't want it to on some level. And so it was both you and another mentor I worked with shared with me on the same day, like, I don't think you're doing the right thing, and allowing myself to really, I had the tools as a result of working with you to like jump into the abyss of nothingness and allow myself to explore, like, what do I actually want to do? What is my big mission in the world, and how do I want to serve the world? And oddly enough, it brought me back to the chiropractic profession, but in the position of helping other chiropractors, not being a chiropractor myself, and more coming at it in the world of business, which has been like fantastic and exciting. And I, through our work together, was able to really create the space to like allow that to unfold and to not freak out about the months where, there were things that I could have done differently, but it's fine. Like it took a little while to get off the ground and to start making money again and all of that. But I know like everything is so aligned now that it's just like flowing and it's amazing.
Yeah. It's so incredible. I mean, what you're talking about, like zone of genius discovery, right? And then,
Right.
and
Yeah.
then when you get to that upper limit problem and self sabotage, and so seeing that cycle and getting to work with people. This is one reason I love group coaching and over a period of time because I really get to see your patterns and I can show up differently for you when I'm like, oh, I know you. I've seen this before, and then watching you really break into your zone of genius and play with that in the way that you show up in your work and revamp your program. So, I just wanted to highlight for people watching and
Yeah.
listening, it's like that's exactly it. It's being willing to reconstruct and deconstruct what you thought was your path and going like, wait, what is it actually? Because once you nail it, now you get to be super magnetic and it feels good. And that sabotage doesn't have to happen in the same way.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so even now, like, as of when we were recording this, I got COVID last month.
Hmm.
And, it took me out for like 2 or 3 weeks, honestly, like energy wise. And I had some bronchitis, not as bad as the first time, but worse than the second time kind of thing. And in the midst of that, I had my first actual revenue month of my shift into business. And like it, what, I made time to rest and all that, but I didn't let it take me out of the game like I usually
Yeah.
would have. And so that was a huge shift as a
Yeah.
result of, our journey together, which
Yeah.
I've been around for a little while, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It's true. We've grown together. This is something I
yeah,
love about coaching, especially like when we're in community and staying for a long time. It's like for me, I love the family piece of it. Where I'm like, I know you so well. And I'm thinking about you all the time. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And how is she a reflection of me? And what can I help her break through with? And so it's been an incredible journey. I love that you get to be doing this with me right now. And I'm like, oh, Dr. Alex, like I hold you in such a dear place in my heart. And it's so fun to watch you grow and bring any strategies that I know that I can help you with. And I think you've
mhm,
watched me become much more systematized over time
yeah,
and
yeah.
really refine my brand and get really clear. And that's what I teach people. And, I'm only one step ahead of the people that I'm teaching. That's
Right.
often the case. And so,
And
yeah,
that's
thank you for
enough. Like
sharing.
we don't
Yeah.
have to be 25 steps ahead of anything that's, you become unrelatable at that point. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. What other things have you tried? Like you said that all the tactics and strategies, but one thing that was unique was mindset stuff. Were there other things that would stand out to you that make me stand out as a coach?
It was, yeah, more of that willingness to, and not to say that you don't teach tactics as well, like you do,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
I love that. And like, it's very clear. But what I really needed at that time was less of that and more of the like guidance into how do I get out of my head and connect to myself. I, simultaneously have done quite a bit of trauma healing. And I think just the two things have gone really well together where they were missing before. Other coaches, and I would say specifically male coaches, would just be like, well, go do this thing. And I'm like, but what about all my resistance to the thing? Like, I don't want to go do the thing. So maybe you can help. And, they just didn't have that in their skill set or in how they approach things. And that was
Yeah.
the thing that was missing. And just like taking the space to actually work through that stuff. Some of it,
Yeah.
you can take
Yeah.
action along with doing the healing, but some of it, I mean, it took me a while to really
Yeah.
under, like I'll share, one of the on my chiropractic practice, I, as you know, had a 7-figure business and figuratively kind of set fire to it because I was so burned out. I just didn't want to do that anymore. And I bought a building and all this stuff happened with the building. And so I actually ended up filing for bankruptcy. And that was, I like had just done that, I think, when I came into actually working with you, because we'd met before then. And it rocked me in ways I wasn't expecting. And so you were really a huge part of me actually taking the time to like dig into that because it was in the way of me building a new business was like this fear of a that big business had to be hard work and b
Hmm.
that I was gonna I wasn't responsible with money. I wasn't worthy of bringing money and income in anymore. And like, I had all of the stuff that I had to work through. And so it took a little while, but I've been able to clear that
Yeah. Yeah.
space.
I know. It's so fun. I'm so excited for 2024 for you. I'm like,
Thank you.
oh, so many
I also
awesome
turned
things.
40 that year.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like
That's a great year. Yes, it's so exciting. Will you share if I didn't, you don't know this question coming up. I was thinking like if you had to describe the group coaching program in 3 words or like 3 significant ways it's impacted you, like what would you say?
okay, the first one that comes up is community because we just have this amazingly supportive, like awesome community. We just know each other. You're gonna make me give you time to think words. Community, like community connection. I'm thinking of all C words. Confidence. There's a lot of confidence in there, and clarity. Like there's just all those things are kind of boiled in there. And we often would joke, especially in the earlier stages, like almost nothing had me not miss a call. I think like the only times I did were if we were, I live in Alaska, so if we were at our cabin with no service, like no
Yeah.
connection to any kind of electronic stuff, then that's the only time I would miss a call because
Yeah.
it's like fueled me during the week.
That's so awesome. That is something I've been so in awe of our group is that people show up and look
Yeah.
forward to it. Like that, I really think that community piece too, like for me as well, like it nurtures my soul. And then everyone that comes, we vibe off of each other. And it's just, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
How would you recommend, for people that are watching who are intrigued by the Interpower Entrepreneur Group coaching program and thinking about hopping on board or joining our community, what advice would you give to them about joining?
Just do it. Play
Yeah.
around. It's awesome. No, I think you're big on this, and I am too. Like, if there's something calling you, if you feel that like gut pull to like, this is somewhere where I want to be, or that sounds like something that's missing, just go ahead and jump in. I mean, usually that's a good sign that you're coming to the right place. So
I always think of it as like, okay, if right now you're watching this, the law of attraction brought us together and there's some reason, and especially like that thing, that feeling, it's like a niggle. Do you know the
yeah,
word niggle? I love that word. It's like it's niggling you. You're like, like, oh, that's intriguing to me. It's like, okay, it's your time. Let's do it. Let's play. Let's manifest. Let's attract. And really deconstruct yourself and reconstruct something that helps you profit from your zone of genius, which means you get to enjoy the process instead of creating a prison out of your business. Like, you said before with your 7-figure chiropractic practice, it's like, sure, I know how to generate income, but do I enjoy it? And am I feeling good, or am I burnt out and feeling like crap? And so, that's something I love to work on with people. And it's been just pure joy to get to work with you. You've been a fun puzzle for me to play with.
me too. And I'll just chime in, like, not only watching my own journey, but just those around others in our group. Like, there's been so much just like growth and transition and clarity for so many people. And it's so fun to watch and be
Yeah.
part of that. So that's the other part of this. It's really great. Is like you get to go on your journey and watch others do the same, and everyone's inspired. And it's
Yeah.
fantastic. So
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Alex. All right. That wraps it up for today. Thanks all for watching. Hope to see you in the group coaching program with me and Dr. Alex.
bye.
Bye.